it is 10 o'clock, so we'll call this meeting to order. Welcome everybody to the December 12th County Commission meeting. Our invocation today will be led by Major Linda Patton, Salvation Army, who also has an announcement here. I'll call her back up shortly for that. Our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Commissioner Tracy Adams. You will all stand.
Dear Lord, we thank you so much for the privilege of choice. And we ask your direction, your blessing over the choices that are made today, and that each one follows the best for our community. We want the best for each other and for this whole area, for this county. Bless each decision. Make it the best for the most. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
With allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, Major. Gentlemen, you each received a copy of the minutes. Motion to approve.
Second.
Hearing second by Commissioner Ivey. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Minutes are approved. Announcements and comments from the chairman and the commissioners. We'll invite Major Pat to come up and she's going to make a announcement.
Well, I have in front of me the totals from the day that the city and the county rang bells for the Salvation Army here in this community. And I am happy to announce that county beat city. You actually, you blew them out of the water by over $200. So, county helped bring in $593.90 in one day at one of our kettles. And we want to thank you very much for the effort and the help. Thank you.
I appreciate what you do, and it is always a fun hour. You always see interesting people come in and out, and I'm always surprised by who gives. I'll be honest with you. The people that you know, being a judgmental human being like we are, you wouldn't think would donate much. We dropped $20, $100 in the bucket. So it's very, very exciting and something I always look forward to. So thank you so very much. And that is great news. So I guess long live the street, right?
We'll have to get that plaque
That's
to
right.
you and that bell.
Okay, well, we look forward to it. Look forward to it. Other announcements, I have a few. First of all, I want to congratulate Henry County on their new administrative building. They're going to be dedicating that. It's going to be called the Herndon Building. And they have invited us to join them on Friday, December 16th at 2:15 a.m. They're going to have a little ceremony. Open house will follow. So if anybody is interested in running up there and checking out their new building, I know I was up there a couple of weeks ago. PM, not AM. Did I say AM? Yes, PM. Yes, PM. Sorry. December 16th, 2:15 p.m. And open house will follow. So congratulations to them on their new admin building. We've had a lot of Christmas parades, a lot of Christmas events. I know I went to a ribbon cutting for the Ice and Lights. I have not been brave enough to get out there. I think 43, I think some boy probably past that age to try to learn how to ice skate. But if y'all want to do that, you know, knock yourselves out, not literally, but figuratively. I know Commissioner Adams and myself, we went to the Ashford Christmas Parade, and there was a lot of folks there. I missed, unfortunately, the one at Rehoboth, but I heard the same thing. A lot of folks there. Commissioner Ivey and myself were in Vicksburg Parade on Saturday. So not been able to get to all of them myself this year. Next year I've got to get to Webb, Columbia, Rehoboth, and Cobb. I think those are the ones that I missed. So the other ones I got to, just always a fun event, and love to see the Christmas spirit in the community. I think the only item, or the only event left that I'm aware of is the town of Taylor is having their Santa in the Park. That is on the 16th from 5 to 7 p.m. And so if y'all are available, if y'all will try to attend that. I know I went to that last year and it seemed to be well attended. Lots of smiles, lots of kids running around. So looking forward to another good event this year. Miss Jackie has reminded me that every month we're trying to every month that we can, which is probably not going to be every month, but we're trying to have a food truck come up to the admin building for our employees at least once a month. And so this month, Mr. Coffee Bean will be at the administrative building. It'll be this Thursday from 8 to 11 a.m. And I have been told, I've not tried it myself, but they have apparently some famous cinnamon rolls. So I'm going to have to add that to my list. So if you are around the admin building this Thursday from 8 to 11, I hope you'll pop in and see them. I've already talked about ice skating. Gardens Aglow, Elton area Botanical Gardens, that is on Fridays and Saturdays only. I've never been to that. Have y'all ever, anybody?
We're scheduled to go Friday night.
You're going Friday? Okay. I heard that's actually a pretty good event. And I go up there usually in the spring with the kids, just kind of walk around. And so I guess I need to try to get to that this year. I think they did it for a few years. Last item, on a little bit more of a serious note, I ran into the sheriff at the parade on Saturday. I always enjoy talking to him, and we talked about this crime, this crackdown on gun violence, and just want to say that on behalf of the commission, we greatly appreciate what you have been doing. I know that's a tough job. And, anyway, I wish you the best of luck, and always calling us if you need anything. I hope everything's going well. And from my understanding, that's yielded some positive results. So thank you for what you do, Sheriff. So any other announcements from the commission?
Chairman, I've got a couple. Just follow up with you on the events going around. Felton Home Baptist Church is doing their drive-through nativity scene this weekend, the 17th and 18th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m.
Yes. Thank you. That's a good event. I know I've driven through that a couple of times. I think my brother was Joseph one time. So, anyway.
And one other thing, the band out at Wicksburg High School, the Golden Regiment, there's approximately 12 members that were selected to be on the 2023 Southeastern United States Honor Band up at Troy University. So, applaud them for their efforts and achievements.
That's awesome. They've had a pretty good band for a couple of years now. Yeah, congratulations to them. Any other announcements or comments? All right. We will move into our regular agenda. So item number 1 is a request to present the 2021-2022 departmental over/under spending summary report.
Motion to approve.
Second. Hearing, second by Commissioner Allen. We will present that.
Yeah, have a presentation. While this is rising, there's a couple comments I'd like to make overall. One, certainly this has been a rather unexpected and unplanned prior year with all of the supply chain issues, all of the price increase issues, all of the situations that we all have been faced both individually and as businesses. And I applaud the department heads in the county for being able to be such good stewards of the citizens' funds. You will see in this presentation that overall we came in under budget, and that is a function of 2 things. One, a function of some things weren't able to be procured, and the other is just mindful watching over the funds that the commission has entrusted to the department heads. The department heads take very seriously in their discerning what they can spend money on, what they can't. Now, before I start the presentation, as I mentioned in the admin meeting, I have a bit of a confession to make. And that confession is that this has been somewhat of a frantic year for me. And I've been trying to put together a lot of information on my own that's been a challenge, I'll be honest with you. Major Rafferty with the Sheriff's Department is probably one of my, he's the voice of my ear. And he's very concerned about his budget. He's very mindful of his budget, and he's very cautious of his budget. And when I first put this together, you'll see it in a moment, I think you might have it in your package, it shows the sheriff's budget is over budget. And that was a head scratcher for me. You'll also notice that it's not highlighted well as some of the other ones are, because it was such a head scratcher for me. And then it suddenly dawned on me this morning, and I didn't have time to change the presentation. I apologize for that. The commission, in their wisdom and benevolence, last year in August, or effective August 1st, increased the salaries with a 9% COLA. I never put a budget in for that. So none of the departments have been reflected for that. And it's about, overall, it's about $450,000 for those last year. Never did I think to put in a budget amendment. So I apologize to the commission for that error. I beg your forgiveness for failing in that regard. But so the information that I'm about to present to you, I just caution or offer you to sort of in your mind consider the fact that there's payroll money that has been expended that wasn't adjusted for the budget, but it should have been. So you can see here that their top 4 items, I mean, the first 4 items are the over budget in the county commission, exiting employee costs. That probably should come as note. No, I shouldn't say that. You know, COVID caused a lot of people to sort of consider their futures. Some people, there's a phrase for that. I think it's called the soft retiring, or there's some phrase where people just have said, you know what, I'm not interested anymore. And so we incurred some exiting employee costs that we weren't anticipating because of the sort of larger than average exiting of our employees, the ones that are eligible to exit. But in the county commission, again, that's a lot of times that is things that come up during the year that we don't anticipate, but that the commission finds in the best interest of the county to expend funds for, such as the mobile health unit out in that we've given to the health department and items like that. But if you look at those lists, you can see, as I mentioned earlier, that the department heads have been extremely judicious and careful in their expenditure of funds. Road and Bridge was able to perform a lot more work on their Rebuild Alabama projects, and although the costs of a lot of those materials were higher than anticipated, they were able to execute a lot of the work on these roads and using a lot more of the bond funds that we anticipated you guys would be able to use. And kudos to you. But overall, the county expended about $4 million less than what was budgeted through as I mentioned, the conscientious efforts of the department heads in the county that are entrusted with the citizens. And that's my presentation, gentlemen. I hope with the verbal amendment that I provided that you will consider accepting this over-under report.
Any questions? The county commission, that's where our legal expenses are too.
Yes.
I know they've been high for the past couple of years. So.
We have been putting a lot of work on our county church.
Sure, yes. I appreciate all the work that he does. All right, so no questions. I need a motion to approve. So we've already got a motion, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion passes. Item number 2 is a request to publish the Houston County year-end financial report to include county, fiduciary, and other special trust funds. Motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Harris,
Second.
second by Commissioner Adams. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Motion passes. Item number 3 is a request to adopt resolution in support of local legislation for compensation increase for election officials and approved cost of advertising.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ivy. Second by Commissioner Adams. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. Item 4 is a request to adopt resolution in support of local legislation for appointment of temporary probate judges.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ivy.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Adams. Any questions or discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. Item number 5 is a request to approve budget amendment due to price increase with purchase of 2 vehicles for the reappraisal department. Motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Harris.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ivy. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. Item number 6 is a request to approve budget amendment in the amount of $15,000 for funds received from Farley Nuclear for Ashford Volunteer Fire Department.
Make motion.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Adams, second by Commissioner Harvey. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. Item number 7 is a request to award bid to Ingenuity for website contract and authorize chairman to negotiate documents. Motion by Commissioner Harvey, second by Commissioner Harry. Any other discussion or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. Item number 8 is a request to approve memorandum of understanding with Houston County Volunteer Fire Departments and Houston County Volunteer Fire Association.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ivy. Second. Second by Commissioner Harry. Any questions or discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. Item number 9 is a request to approve memorandum of understanding with Houston County Rescue Squads and Emergency Management Services Association. Motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Harry, second by Commissioner Ivy. Any questions or discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. Item 10 is a request to award bid for night vision binoculars. Motion. Motion by Commissioner Adams.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Harry. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. Item 11 is a request to adopt resolution to authorize allocation of ARPA funds for eligible water infrastructure project for the town of Rehoboth. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Herring, second by Commissioner Ivy. Any questions or discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. But, did you guys forget something? Okay. I thought I heard something. Just want to make sure we had that right for the minutes.
No need to.
No. Making sure. I thought I heard something, and then I saw Peter look up, and I was like, just thought I'd make sure. All right, item 12 is a request to adopt resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement with Forever Wild Land Trust to approve accompanying memorandum of understanding. Motion by Ivy, Harvey. Second by Adams. Does this need to include a budget amendment?
Yes.
Okay. So we will change this and approve accompanying memorandum of understanding, so agreement for a while. And approve. Let's just put request to adopt resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement with Forever Wild Land Trust, comma. Remove and. So the comma, approve accompanying memorandum of understanding, comma, and accompanying budget amendment. So we will need a, press, what is that called? That is a substitute motion. I'm sorry, amend the motion, yes, sorry. So we will need to amend that motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion.
To amend, yes, okay, so we have, we're amending the motion, just basically state what I just read out. And that, motion is by Commissioner Herring,
Second.
second by Commissioner Ivy. So any discussion about amending the motion? All in favor of amending the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. So now we need to approve the motion, correct, okay, so we need to approve the motion that we just amended.
Okay, motion to approve.
Motion is second by Commissioner Herring, second by Commissioner Adams. Any other discussion?
We'll do it one more time.
I hope not. I'm kidding. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right. Motion passes. All right, item 13 is a request to approve addendum of the agreement to sell and purchase of Houston County Farm Center and authorize chairman to negotiate documents.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Herring, second by Commissioner Adams. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion passes. Item 14 is a request to enter into a construction agreement with AlDOT for Project Palm, an industrial access project.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ivy,
Second.
second by Commissioner Herring. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion passes. Item 15 is a request to approve declaration of no bids received for bid number CC-0841 and request to negotiate through receipt of informal bids for the fiber loop network project.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ivy. Second. Second by Commissioner Herring. We have Mr. Brandon with us today. We talked about this earlier. I don't know if you want to make some comments.
I'll be glad to answer any questions that,
Okay, does anybody have any other questions about this? Or does that just make him walk up here for no reason?
well, I'll just say, it's always the first of everything. It's the first time in my 40+ years of engineering work that I've had a project where no bid. Very unusual. We had 3 interested bidders, and for some reason, 2 of them dropped out, and the third one couldn't make it here on time for the bid. So anyway, like I say, it's very unusual, but I think it does put the opportunity for the county to negotiate with a contractor that they like, they enjoy working with, they like the quality of work they do, to procure a bid that's in the best interest of the county. So hopefully with the county attorney looking into that, and Peter, the county administrator, chief administrator, that Harper would be agreeable with that.
Yes, thank you, James. I know this is something that's important that we need to get done, obviously. Hopefully we should be able to get it done for under or close to our budget amount. But any questions for James regarding this? Thank you, Mr. Brett.
Mhm.
All in favor of the motion, say aye. Any opposed, say nay. Motion passes. Staff reports, Mr. Chief Administrative Officer.
No additional reports, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Mr. County Engineer.
2 closed roads, Camelton Road and Bowen Road. We'll open Camelton up either today or in the morning. And Bowen, we just closed it today. We call them an emergency locates. We're gonna try to have everything open before Christmas.
Good.
That may be the only one closed if we can't get the locates. Don't have the fire.
Mr. County Attorney. All right. That being said, that'll be the end of the agenda. We need a motion to adjourn. All right, motion by Mr. Harvey, we are